Good morning, everybody. Got a new story for you. Sorry, it's been a while since I've put a new story up, but I got a new one here. It's called Going to Town. And it's about a family that lived a long time ago before we had cars and airplanes and all that stuff, and they traveled by wagon and horses, and they make a special trip to town. Okay, hope you like it. Going to Town. By Laura Ingalls Wilder. Once upon a time, a little girl named Laura lived in the big woods of Wisconsin in a little house made of logs. She lived in the little house with her pa, her ma, her big sister Mary, her baby sister Carrie, and their good old bulldog Jack. One day, Pa said that as soon as he had finished planting the crops, they would all go to town. Laura, Mary, and Carrie could go too. They were old enough now. Laura and Mary were very excited. The next day they tried to play going to town. They could not do it very well because they were not sure what a town was like. They had never even seen a store. Then one night Pa said, "We'll go to town tomorrow." That night, Ma gave Laura and Mary a bath. Then she wound their wet hair tightly on lots of little rags. In the morning, their hair would be curly. When Laura and Mary woke up, they put on their best dresses. Mary buttoned up the back of Laura's red calico dress, and Ma buttoned up the back of Mary's blue calico dress. Then Ma took the rags out of their hair and combed it into long, round curls that hung down over their shoulders. After breakfast, Pa drove the wagon up to the gate of the little house. He had brushed the horses until they shone. Ma sat up on the wagon seat with Pa, holding baby Carrie in her arms. Laura and Mary sat behind Ma and Pa on a board across the wagon box. They were going to town. They were happy as they rode through the springtime woods. Ma was smiling, Carrie laughed and bounced, and Pa whistled while he drove the horses. Rabbits stood up in the road ahead, and the sun shone through their tall ears. Twice Laura and Mary saw deer looking at them with their large, dark eyes among the trees. There's little Jack. Suddenly, Pa stopped the horses and pointed ahead with his whip. "There you are, Laura and Mary," he said. "There's the town of Pepin." Laura had never imagined so many houses and so many people. There were more houses than she could count. Laura looked and could not say a word. Remember, guys, this is a long time ago. So this many houses together way back then was actually a lot. Pa helped everyone down from the wagon, and they walked up to the biggest building in town. This was the store where Pa came to trade. As they climbed up the steps of the store, Laura was so excited that she was trembling all over. Wow, look at the store. The store was full of things to look at. There were sacks of salt and sugar. There were pink and blue and red and brown and purple fabrics for dresses. There were boots and hammers and nails and big wooden pails full of candy. There were so many things that Laura did not know how Pa and Ma could ever choose. Do you guys ever feel like that in a store? There's so many things, you can't make a decision on what to get. When all the trading was done, the storekeeper gave Mary and Laura each a piece of candy. They were so surprised that they just stood looking at their candies. Then they remembered and said, "Thank you." The candies were shaped like hearts and had printing on them. Mary's candy said, "Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you." Laura's said only, "Sweets to the sweet." After they left the store, they walked over to the lake at the edge of town. They all sat on the warm sand, and Ma opened the picnic basket that she had brought. Inside there were bread and butter and cheese, hard-boiled eggs, and cookies for lunch. Yeah. And your little Jack, what's he doing? After the picnic was over, they all got back into the wagon to go home. It was a long trip through the big woods to the little house. Laura and Mary were very tired, and baby Carrie was asleep in Ma's arms. But Pa sang softly, "Mid pleasures and palaces, though we may roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home." The end. All right, hope you liked this one. It's about a family that visits that shop in town, right? And they visit from their home in the woods, and they go to, it's like a real special day, right? They get to go to town and visit that shop. I want you guys to think about the one place you really want to go, because while right now we're all stuck at home, right, and we can't go to stores, all the stores are closed and the shops are closed and movie theaters and the pools and the malls and all those places we like to visit are closed. So I want you guys to tell us the one place you really want to go to. So when things start opening back up, where do you guys want to go? All right, let us know. Thanks, guys. Bye.